Alright guys, let's talk about the games I'm most excited for. If you know me, you know I'm all about RPGs. The kind of games where you can lose yourself for hundreds of hours in the story, meet a variety of colorful characters, and worlds that feel alive. 2025 is shaping up to be a ridiculous year for RPG fans. Some of these games are sequels I've been waiting years for. Others are remakes of classics I missed the first time, and one or two are totally fresh experiences that just blew me away when I first saw the trailers. So grab a drink, sit back, and let me share the 5 RPGs I'm looking forward to the most. First up, we've got Digimon Story, Time Stranger. I grew up with Digimon, so anytime they announce a new RPG, I'm instantly curious. But this one? It feels different. Bandai's promising over 450 Digimon to collect and train, which is wild. And the best part is, they're finally modernizing the formula. No more constant random encounters slowing everything down. Enemies are visible in the overworld, battles are faster, and they've added quality of life features that make it smoother to actually play. But the hook for me is the story. Time travel between the human world and the digital world. That opens up so many possibilities, like seeing characters in different timelines, meeting alternate versions of Digimon, or maybe even changing events in one world that ripple into the other. If you've ever loved monster taming RPGs, this feels like the Digimon game we've been waiting for. Digimon Story Time Stranger comes out on October 2nd, 2025, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Next up is The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky First Chapter Remake. This is a remake of a legendary JRPG that kicked off the entire Trails saga. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't get to experience the original when it first came out, but I've always heard fans rave about it. Estelle and Joshua's story, the world of Lee Beryl, the incredible writing. This game is where it all began. And now it's rebuilt, with updated visuals, smoother combat, and new systems that make it more accessible. There's even talk about extra voice acting and maybe new side quests to flesh out the remake. What excites me most is that this is the start of something bigger. Trails has a massive interconnected story that spans multiple games and arcs, and getting the chance to jump in with a fresh remake feels like the perfect entry point. The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky First Chapter Remake, releasing on September 19th, 2025, for PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, and PC. Now let's talk about The Outer Worlds 2. The first Outer Worlds was one of my favorite RPG experiences because it didn't take itself too seriously. It had humor, satire, and this weirdly charming cast of characters, all wrapped up in that classic Obsidian style of choice-driven gameplay. The sequel looks like it's doubling down on all of that. From what we've seen and heard, there are larger planets to explore, deeper faction conflicts, and even more ways to shape the story through your decisions. That's the kind of RPG freedom I live for. What I'm hoping for is a game where my choices really matter, like siding with one faction completely changes the vibe of the world, or companions react differently based on how ruthless or compassionate you are. If they nail that sense of replayability, this could easily be one of the standout RPGs of the generation. The Outer Worlds 2 launches on October 29th, 2025, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And yes, it'll be on Game Pass day 1. Alright, this one is a bit controversial given the quality of Pokemon games we got the last few years. Pokemon Legends ZA. I loved what Pokemon Legends Arceus did. It broke away from the old formula and gave us an open-world, action-focused take on Pokemon. And now with ZA, they're taking us to Lumio City in the Kalos region, which instantly brings back memories from Pokemon X and Y. But this isn't just a revisit. Lumio City is being completely redesigned as part of the story. It's not about gyms this time. It's about urban exploration, about a city that feels alive. Trailers have shown we'll see new Mega Evolutions, which would be huge. And with the release of Switch 2, I'm expecting smoother performance, bigger crowds, and way better visuals. Pokemon has always been about discovery and nostalgia, but this feels like it could be a bold step forward. Pokemon Legends ZA drops on October 16th, 2025, for both the Nintendo Switch and the brand new Switch 2. And finally, a wild card. Phantom Blade Zero. The trailers for this game absolutely floored me. Imagine a dark wuxia movie with martial arts combat so fluid it looks like you're watching a fight scene from a film. That's what Phantom Blade Zero is going for. The devs have said it's a semi-open world action RPG with multiple regions, fast-paced sword combat, and some seriously intense boss fights. People are already calling it a mix of Sekiro and Nioh, but with its own identity. What has me hooked is the tone. It looks dark, mysterious, and emotional, with a story about assassins, fate, and redemption. If the gameplay feels as good as it looks, this could end up being one of those sleeper hits that takes everyone by surprise. Phantom Blade Zero doesn't have an exact release date yet, but it's currently targeting 2025 or later, and it'll be available on PlayStation 5 and PC. So there you have it, the 5 RPGs I'm most looking forward to. What about you? Which RPGs are on your radar right now? Did I miss any big ones you're hyped for? Maybe Baldur's Gate 3 expansions or something like Dragon's Dogma 2 DLC? Let me know in the comments because I always love seeing what games you guys are looking forward to. Thanks for hanging out with me, and if you love RPGs as much as I do, hit that subscribe button so we can geek out together when these games finally drop.